Hello, everybody. It is day 29. It is April 28th. I haven't been able to post things for a while because I was in the Smoky Mountains and there was no service at all. So I posted a bunch of videos today, I think through day 24. So what I'm going to try to do with this video, I'm going to make two videos. I'm going to try to do this video is get everything caught up as to what I did since I left Fontana Dam. So Fontana Dam, I leave and I go to the Fontana Hilton, which is this really cool shelter. And I start hiking with this girl from Ireland who's a school teacher in Scotland, and these other two girls and this guy. And we're going across the Fontana Dam, and we're talking, and I say something to this Irish girl, and she goes, "Ooh, that's really smooth." And then, we're walking a little bit longer, and I say something else. She goes, "Oh, that's really smooth too." And then we get to the point where you have to drop a piece of paper into a box because you're entering the Smoky Mountains. And basically, it's the permit that allows you to hike in the Smoky Mountains. And the permit basically says you have 8 days to get through the Smoky Mountains, and then you have to drop the other half of the piece of paper in a box when you leave the Smoky Mountains. So when so this is kind of a momentous point in the journey and entering the Smoky Mountains. And as we drop the paper into the box, I had a little flask of apple-flavored Crown Royal. I give everybody a drink of that, to say, "Hey, look at what we do." And she goes, "Ooh, that's really smooth." So she gave me the nickname, or the trail name, Smooth Jeff. So as of right now, that's my nickname. That's one of the things, or my trail name. That's one of the things that happened. So we hike through the Smoky Mountains, and we come to this place called Newfound Gap on day 23. And I come out of the mountains, and this Newfound Gap I didn't realize this, but the Smoky Mountains are the most visited national park in the country. I would have thought it'd be Yellowstone or something like that, but it's actually this Smoky Mountains. When we come down out of the mountains and into this parking lot, and it's right on the North Carolina-Tennessee line. And in fact, I posted a picture of it on Instagram, and there are 500 people at this place. There's buses everywhere, people everywhere. There's thru hikers and stuff like that coming through. And I come through, and I'm in the parking lot, and I have my backpack on, and this woman approaches me, and she says to me, "What are you doing? What do you like? Who are you? What are you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm a thru hiker." And she asked me how long I've been hiking. And I told her I've been hiking, whatever it was, 23 days at that point. And she looked at me like she didn't believe me. And I said, "Well, I started in Georgia. I've hiked about 200 miles. Again, she looked at me like she didn't believe me. And she said, "Well, how far are you going?" And I said, "I'm going to Maine. It's 2,200 miles. And she said, "Oh my God, that's amazing." Right? So she says to me, "Can I get a picture of you with my son?" So she takes this picture with her son. Well, now all of a sudden I have this crowd around me. And people are asking me questions about why I'm doing this and how I'm doing it and where I'm going and all this stuff. And then the crowd sort of disperses a little bit. And this guy walks up to me and he goes, "Now you have to understand, there's 500 people at this place." This guy walks up to me and goes, "Are you in charge here?" I'm like, "No, I'm not in charge here." He goes, Oh, you just look like you're in charge." And I said, "No, I'm not." And he goes, "Well, are there any great views up there?" And I said, "Yeah, I think there are, and I get my app out and I show him that there's these great views and a mile and a half up the trail. And he says, "Oh, well, I have a cane. I don't know if I can make a mile and a half." And I'm like, "Well, that's where the views are if you want to go and check it out." And I think the guy ultimately did. But the woman that I took the picture with her son walks up to me then after this, and she tried to hand me $20. I said, "Here, I want you to give get some food with this and stuff." And anyway, it was a cool experience. All these people, they're just really, really nice to us. They have it's just a great experience. People really, really encourage you. And of course, I didn't take the $20. I told her actually that I didn't need the money, but there were a lot of young hikers out here who could use the money, and if she really wanted to give it to somebody, find somebody with a big backpack on, and she could give them the $20. So anyway, I continued on my hike, and we ended up in this place called Standing Bear, which is when you leave the Smoky Mountains. And it's this hostel that is it's really remote, but very rustic, but just awesome. I mean, it was incredible. I had a nice bed. They served dinner. It was $15 for the dinner. It was like $35 a night to stay there. It was $15 for dinner. The dinner was phenomenal. Big plate of food. And then in the morning, they had breakfast. It was sausage and biscuits and eggs. It was also very, very good. I'm looking at my notes here. That was day 25. So then we hiked for a day, and then the next day, day 27, it rained like hell. And I hiked 15 miles in the rain. That was intense. I actually fell once. Another guy that I'm hiking with, he also fell. But what happened in the Smokies is I ran into these two guys that I've been hiking with for the last 4 or 5 days. They are around my age, and there's a lawnmower behind me. They're around my age, and they're like best high school friends, and they have these friends like I do that are from their high school years, that they got like 10 or 15 of them, very similar to my situation, and I get along with them great. So we decided to take a 0 day today, which is day 29. I have that right, day 29, in Hot Springs, North Carolina. And what I'm going to do with the next video is show you what a town looks like that sort of caters to thru hikers. So I'm going to divide this up into sort of 2 different videos. But that's what I've been doing. I've hiked the Smoky Mountains, had no internet service at all, ever, which is why I have not been able to post anything, and I posted a bunch of stuff today. All right, I hope everybody's doing well. I am doing great. This is an amazing journey. I hope you enjoy the videos.